Right, week 15, Vikings versus the Bengals. So the Bengals are favored by 3.5. And for anyone who watches the games this weekend, that's I'm definitely taking Cincinnati. Minnesota is just not. They're not adjusting well to losing Kirk Cousins, and I think almost any other team is going to struggle with that. Interestingly, Cincinnati seems to have found a really good backup quarterback, perhaps too good as a backup quarterback in terms of his name just left me. Jake something other, but yeah, he's that dude is looking really good, and the 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 Minnesota quarterback situation is just really difficult to watch. Let's see, they put up. I think they won by 3-0 in this last game. Yeah, against a Raiders team. So Dobbs, I think, is the name of the guy. Again, it's hard to come out and just be a backup quarterback and come in and play well because guess what? You're a backup for a reason. Um, you're not the guy. Whereas and if you're too good, they're probably going to trade you away, or you shouldn't be sitting on the bench. So it's just it's a hard situation. But again, Cincinnati's been playing good. When you look at the raw numbers here, the algorithm is still it's got to take in consideration the whole team, which is a lot of Kirk Cousins, which gives a 58% chance of winning with a 2 point spread. With the raw numbers having a more equal than that, pretty even. But when you look at the Bayesian, the dread saying, "Hey, look, the model's been dramatically underestimating how that team is scoring." A lot of that has to do with the fact that uh, after 4 games, the offense figured it out. They won 4 in a row, and then Joe Burrow gets hurt. They struggle. They find this new guy, Jake. I can't find his last name, but anyhow, doesn't matter. He's a new guy. And he's looked really good the last 2 games. It's hard not to. He's put up 34 points. I think he's been the quarterback these last 2 games. So in this case, the model I think looks really good in the fact that it's correcting for itself and it's also matching uh, what we're seeing in 2 games. The correction is, which I think is important to be able to do. So when I go over here, look at the raw numbers. Both of these teams are going to be heavily reliant on the running game, particularly Minnesota, because I just think that their passing game just isn't going to be there. This number here is hogwash, that high passing, just because their passing game is bad and getting worse. I would suspect that their passing game is going to be somewhere in here. So meanwhile, uh, the Cincinnati quarterback's been operating right in this area. He's putting up the passes. We'll see if Minnesota can pull film on him and find a weak spot. That's what the NFL is good for. So, and with that, you're showing that overall the Cincinnati offensive line has been having problems protecting their quarterback. We'll see if they're battening down on that. But then again, they've also got some explosiveness over here as well, doing a good job of holding the ball, and we haven't really seen a whole lot of turnovers. You can't really say the same thing when it comes to the turnovers over here for Minnesota. They definitely have had some explosiveness, but you haven't seen any of that explosiveness since Kirk Cousins went down. Most likely, their explosiveness is probably right down in this area, and that's all from the running game. So, uh, with that, um, as I often say, you might interpret this very same data and come to a different conclusion. And if you do, I'd love to hear about it as well. Please drop me a note. Let me know what you think. If you're interpreting the very same data that I'm presenting, let me know. So anyhow, good luck and thank you.